Well, guys, that went bad fast. Indiana looking unstoppable. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Mizzy. Man, Indiana is looking unbeatable right now. It's been a while since I seen a team, and like I say, I know the playoffs wasn't around then, but Alabama in 2021 with Matt Jones and the crew was the way they were just running through people practically the entire season. Yeah, Indiana had, a couple close games, like, they had the game with Ohio State, Penn State, but particularly these playoffs, how impressive they look. Like, man, the way they beat Bama, like I say, the way that they just performed versus Oregon, where it was 56-22, Oregon got a little cheap touchdown at the end. Man, this team, I'm talking about, man, they put a whooping on these boys. They, like, that defense, like, you knew it was finna go bad because as soon as the game started off and your first play from scrimmage is a pick six back to the crib, and like I said, Oregon did respond, went down thinking like 14 plays and scored. After that, it was finito. Like I say, Indiana defense, they rushed Dante Moore off his spot. They harassed him all night. It was rather he seen the clean pocket, like I say, strip fumbles, and then they capitalizing on turnovers. Like I said in my prediction video, when you play this Indiana team, you cannot make mistakes, because if you make mistakes, they will capitalize on them. We'll see what they do. Of course, like I said, they will be playing Miami. Like I said, we'll see what they do. But, man, you cannot make mistakes versus this team. They've shown that they are too good. Cincinnati, he's putting on a master class of coaching. Like I said, right now, man, he's looking like, if not the best, one of the best coaches in college football. Yes, I know Kirby's still coaching, but, man, and like I say, of course, you got to get a nod to Kirby because he's been at Georgia with 10 years or so. But, man, right now, Cincinnati, he like I say, he's putting on a master class. Mendoza tonight, I'm talking about, man, Mendoza tonight, 17 for 20, 177 yards, 5 touchdowns. I'm talking about surgical. If you look at the way Mendoza plays, man, he's great at when he's people coming out to breaking routes. He's pinpoint accurate. He's letting the ball go before it's getting before the receiver is turning around, the ball's right on him. And even when it is a tough catch, a 50-50 ball, you got Sarah and Becca making tough catches. Like I say, you got Henry Black running the ball good. They average about 6.6 yards on the ground. It was just a clinic. Like I said, man, from the beginning to the end, man, if Indiana wanted to, they probably could have put up 80 tonight. I had texted my homeboy earlier in the game, like matter of fact, it might have been the first quarter. I was like, it's over. I just could tell. I'm like, it's over. They not winning this. I'm like, and then I said, I'm like, man, they may put 60 on it. Like I said, they could have if they wanted to. Like I say, man, this game, it was great. Like I say, hats off to Indiana, Oregon, every other team right now. It's a wake up call and a heads up. Like I keep saying, you better get in that portal. You better get you a team. Like I say, yes, still recruit in the high school, but you better get a team that has a mix of both, because this is going to be the new standard in college football. You're not going to be able just to recruit strictly from high school and think that you're going to be competing for championships. We see what's happening with Clemson, with Dabo, and like I say, you see how great this Indiana team, you see how the college football landscape with the portal, you see it's so much movement. Every hour, every second, it's movement. Even the biggest schools have players leaving. You got Georgia players leaving, Alabama players leaving. You got players flip-flopping. This is how it's going to be now. The coaches got to, I think one thing right now, and yes, I know with the NIL deals, the money is real important. But, man, I think the coaching, what Cincinnati is showing, coaching really matters. Yes, the transfer portal is important, but he's showing coaching matters, guys. you having your guys buy in, because you can have all the 5 stars, 4 stars, but if you don't have guys buying in to what you selling them and execute at a high level, like watching Indiana, it remind me of an old Bama team, because like I say, they don't make mistakes, they don't beat themselves. I think they had maybe 1 false start I seen the night, but they rarely beat themselves. They don't make a lot of mistakes, guys. They play clean football, and you can't be mad at it. Like I said, they ran for about 190 yards, I think, on the ground. Like I say, what's got Mendoza, like I say, missed 3 passes on the night. Kept the football off the ground for the most part, clean. Man, he was dicing them up, hitting them deep routes, back shoulders, short routes, hitting the running back. Like, Oregon defense was on their heels all night. And it shows how great this Indiana team, because we just seen what Oregon defense did to Texas Tech, and, you know, they really shut Texas Tech offense out. And I know Tech offense is nowhere near compared to this Indiana offense. But another thing, guys, it's showing when college football coming and the playoffs are starting, it's just like the NFL. I keep saying NFL and college football is very similar now. You got to be playing your best football at this time. Going into the playoffs, like I said, you see how a lot of teams, you know, off they bye, didn't win. It just showed that Cincinnati had this team focused. That bye didn't throw them off none. They came out, beat Alabama. They came out. People was like, well, you know, it's hard to beat a team the second time. Look, man, they beat Oregon worse this time. And then the team just got a swagger to themselves, man. This is going to be a tough team for Miami to beat. I know Miami has, on paper, more talent, especially on the, some of the skill positions and probably some of the defense, especially the defensive line, because Miami defensive line is star-studded, you know, Bain and Mesidor and them guys, the crew. But, man, this is going to be a tough team to beat. I can't wait to see them play Miami, see how it's going to go. Like I say, I get my prediction on that later. I'm still kind of, you know, what they say, chewing on it, to trying to see who I like better. But, man, Indiana was impressive this game, guys. And like I say, man, they're putting everybody on college football on notice. I know Mendoza probably be gone, but, man, as great of a coach Cincinnati is showing he is, I don't think this team just disappears next year and just falls off the face of the earth. I think, like I said, they may not win a championship next year or be like, you know, top 4, but I don't think this team is going nowhere. I think this is going to be a good team. Cincinnati showed he's a great coach, not a good coach, a great coach. And like I said, man, the whole team put on the masterclass defense. I'm talking about, yeah, Oregon got the last touchdown, but, man, they put on a show today. And like I said, man, when they beat Alabama, they put college football on notice. Now they just stamping them more. They just stamping them more. And if they go in and play Miami, and due to that Miami defense, what they done these previous 2 games, we got to have a different conversation about this team. We got to. We got to start looking where this team ranks all time, you know, in college football pantheon with great teams. Because like I say, man, this team right here, they're showing me a lot, guys. They showed me a lot. But anyway, guys, catch you next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hey, shout out to all the Hoosier fan out there. I know y'all celebrate having a great season. Catch you next time.